Now you're going to hear a lot of different stories, a lot of different advice all over online on what to do if you're going to run out of stock. You have a hot selling product and guess what? Your reorder is not going to get there in time. So what do? That's what we're going to talk about. Now the large majority say, keep your price the same and just sell out and then close down your listing. At the end of this video, I'll show you what they're talking about when they say close down your listing. But here's my take on it. Our goal is to preserve our keyword rankings, not our BSR, our keyword rankings. Remember, BSR has to do with sales velocity. It doesn't have to do with your rankings. That's why you can go to sometimes and search an item and you find out there's a product that's higher up on the search rankings but has a higher BSR than many others. How is it there? Well, more people are clicking that keyword and purchasing that product than other ones on the page. So our goal is to make our inventory last as long as possible while also preserving our keyword rankings. So we've already talked about how to analyze our keyword rankings so that we can keep an eye with how our product's doing. Now in the past, what I've always done is if I'm starting to run out of stock, I start to slowly increase my price while keeping an eye on my keyword rankings. Now this has done a few things. This slows down my sales so that I don't ultimately go out of stock sometimes. It also allows me to test different price points that I in the past wouldn't have tried, and oftentimes those have led me to find a new price that my product still sells at. Now what happens if I raise my price and nobody buys? Well, of course your keyword rankings are going to start falling, and that's not what our goal is. Remember, our goal is to preserve our keyword rankings while making our inventory last as long as possible and making the most money. So it's definitely a balancing act. So what I like to do is inch my price up a little bit, see if sales start to slow down. If they slow down a little bit, see if my keyword rankings start to drop a little bit. If I see nothing happening, keyword rankings staying the same, sales are staying relatively good enough, I'll inch the price up again, and then I'll play with it. If I start to notice that keyword rankings are starting to slip, I'll then go in, lower my price back down, get a few more sales, start boosting my keyword rankings back up. Eventually, you will run out of stock. And at that point in time, you want to close down your listing. Now, it's a very simple process, and we're going to talk about it here in a few minutes. Again, remember the balancing act. There's not one size fits all. If you want to make the most money, make your inventory last the most amount of time, so that you have the shortest out of stock period, you'll manage it just how I said. And that's how I manage all of my listings that are going close to running out of stock. I've had products that have been able to sell for 50 to 70% higher just because I was slowly eking out those last sales. And they equaled about having 15 sales if I would have kept my price the same. Again, a lot of people who mention just keep your price the same and just let it fly out are often just hearing the information from others who say this is what to do, and then that's what they do, and then that's what they spread to everyone else. I'm here telling you from experience, if you manage the listing, adjust the prices slowly while keeping an eye on those keyword rankings, you'll make more money, your listing will last longer before going out of stock, and you'll preserve your keyword rankings. So it's super simple to close down your listing. What you do is you just go into your inventory page, you find your item, you do the drop down menu, and you'll see close listing. Sometimes it'll come up with a little warning or something saying like, do you really want to close it? And you say yes, and it goes to close inactive. Now if I refresh this page, and here it is. So you can see where it says the relist button. So when your inventory comes in, you just click relist. If you can't find your inventory on your manage inventory page, you see up here where it says inventory dashboard, there will be one that says stranded inventory, and you click that and you'll find your item, and then you just click relist, and that's it. And then your listing will go live again.